What's up, guys? So today I'm back at the Hyundai Motor Studio to check out the much anticipated Hyundai Grandeur, or the Hyundai Azera as they call it back in the States. Although I don't think they sell this car anymore over there. I have read that they're gonna attempt to go back with this specific model. So if you don't know what this car is, it's just basically a really luxuried out Sonata, and I think it's trying to compete with the Toyota Avalon or maybe like the Lexus ES. But this car is obviously much cheaper. The car has evolved quite significantly since it has been released, or it had been released back in, I want to say, like year 2000 ish. And I think my favorite model of the Grandeur, although I never really liked the car, the favorite design was from, I think, 2002 or around there. And now this car, it has been all over the domestic news here in Korea, and I think it's been highly anticipated. I think it's because the leaked photos that people have been publishing online, the front fascia had so many diamonds, or I think more accurately, rhombuses. And as a car guy myself, seeing that leaked photo really piqued my interest because even the headlights had diamond or rhombus enclosures on it, and the turn signals, which were directly integrated into the front grille. It really looked cool, or it really does look cool in the dark. So I got to the motor studio, really excited to see it, and I'm disappointed, to say the least. The exterior just really does not look anything like the photos that they had published. And most people who have seen the car in person also seem like they just panned the review completely, which is very, very different from the interior. The interior actually looks fantastic, but the outside, I'm not really sure what they're going for. I kind of have the same feeling about the Grandeur as with the new Sonata. The front end is it's different. I mean, I'm gonna say they're really doing some crazy stuff, but the back end is not as dramatic. Overall, the interior and the technology inside and the luxurious and the luxury amenities that they offer, it really is. It really is, quite innovative. But the design is without question polarizing. So the exterior, I think the key features are just having rhombus shaped grille and LEDs all over the place. The turn signals are actually integrated into the front grille, which I guess is cool. It just looks really weird, and I think I feel kind of uncomfortable with it because it's so different. So, maybe in a year's time I'll have a different opinion on this. But as of now, I'm just not really. I can't even say that I don't like it. It just looks different. In the back really hasn't changed that much. It kind of seems like an evolution of the previous generation, which kind of had raccoonized taillights, which I didn't mind. I actually liked the previous generation. I've been inside it, and it's really, really quiet, and the engine was really, really smooth in that car as well. The updated version, they're gonna offer, I think, three different engines. One of them is a 2.5 liter four cylinder, naturally aspirated, rated at 200 horsepower, or I think 198 exactly. And a different engine that they offer is the V6 with 290 horsepower. And the last one, which I think is only for Korea or maybe Russia, is the 230 or 35 horsepower LPG engine, and that's usually used for taxis. This car actually has been used for taxis, has been used by taxis in Korea as like a mid-grade taxi. The entry-level taxis in Korea are actually done with operated with Sonatas and K5s or Optimas or whatever you want to call it. And the high end requires like Genesis level. So for domestic cars at least. So the interior of this car is just, I think, phenomenal. I don't like this many displays. I mentioned that in the previous videos because I'm like an older guy now. But It definitely does seem like a step up from the Sonata. The Sonata is actually, if you load it up, I think it's reaching like 37, $38,000. And the Grandeur, if you deck it out, it's like another 7 grand on top of that. So is it worth the extra money? I think they priced it pretty accordingly. The center digital gauge cluster and the steering wheel looks identical to the Sonata, but the navigation system in this one is bigger, and it does seem to have different graphic designs to, give you the sense of more luxury. Another new thing, another different thing from the Sonata is that this thing has like a digital display climate control. The buttons you can press up and down to raise the temperature really quickly, but to locate or to select what vents you want the air to come out of, you have to look at a digital display, which I think can be a little bit cumbersome. And they really had a strange feature that I didn't know what this thing was in the back of the car. It was just like a black dot. So I asked the Hyundai experts over here, and they said that it's actually an air purifier option. Because the air is so bad, or has been bad in Korea because of all the smog, a lot of people actually have air filters in their homes, including myself. So they actually offered this option. You can actually pick this option, having an air filter only on one side, or you can get two screens in the back, right? Entertainment, infotainment or entertainment screens in the back, but you can't have both. White and tan. I actually think the white and tan interior inside looks really, really good, right? I doubt people would buy this interior. I think 95%, maybe more, 99% of the interiors in Korean cars are black. And, they really just, they wouldn't buy white interiors. They'll just be too worried about getting it dirty. It actually looks really, really nice, and I wish more people got this. So some of the more notable features on this car is that they have a summons feature. It's kind of like that Tesla summons feature where if you're in a tight parking spot, you could just kind of pull the car forward. And another cool thing that I'm not sure how this works. I tried to do it at the Hyundai Motor Studio, but obviously it wouldn't go into reverse. So this feature allows you to, like, at night, there's a LED beam that comes out and shows you how far your car is. I think this is supposed to help you when you park, right? I'm not sure how it works. I'm actually curious to see what this is like when it comes out. And they do offer the, blind spot monitor within the digital, right? Within the digital cluster, just like the Sonata. This actually works really, really well. I test drove the Sonata with this feature, and I was still checking my blind spot, but it kind of gave me more assurance that, there was nothing there. It's their smart sense system and their smart sense system and their cruise control. I forgot what level automation cruise control it is, but it actually worked really, really well. Better than the Genesis G70 that I tried driving. Beyond that, it's just, it has all the luxury options, and it really does feel more luxurious than the Sonata. And, people, apparently there's a record number of people waiting to buy this car. And they reserved this based on like the first spy shot that they released. Not a spy shot, but introductory front shot. But I think some people will take their reservations back after looking at it in person. But I just don't like the design outside. Well, I'm not sure how I feel about the design outside, but the interior, which is where you're going to spend most of your time anyway, looks, it looks great, right? And you'll really like spending time inside the car. So I tried to make a reservation to test drive this car, but it's not out yet, right? I don't think you can buy it yet. So, maybe I'll do an update on this video once I get to drive the car.